Unmute that video. Oh my God. There's a couple of blocks.
You're very small.
Yes. Switch to gallery. Let me see.
Yeah.
A wee doorbell. It rings. Somebody wants to come. Morning, Kristen. Ding dong. See waiting room. See waiting room. See waiting room.
Right.
All right.
Gallery, where's gallery? Right, start video. Is that it?
Hello, Iris. Hello, Iris.
Where's gallery?
Hi.
Right. I can't get anybody else.
I'd like to see you.
That's
You got your TV.
I'm on the TV, yes, but I can't see Christine now.
Oh, you can't see me. You just see yourself.
Well, come on, because everybody else is joining. I think it takes a wee while for everybody to come on.
But I'm on you. You're on the big screen, so I'm going to set you. Can you see me?
Yes.
Slant me.
All the way.
How to hear that?
Hello, Jacqueline. See waiting room. Admit Maria. Admit Margaret. Admit. Hello, Jacqueline. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hi, Alex.
Yes.
Hi.
Margaret.
Then. Yeah.
Right.
Huh? Hello. Morning, Maria.
All right. Conway 20. Needed. Right. Okay. Recording. That's good. Folks, if you could have had a wall nearby, you may or may not like to use it. Okay. And a couple of blocks.
Don't have any.
No, if you don't have blocks, you could use books or something with a wee bit of height, or you can use the edge of the bed, you can use the edge of a sofa, you can use a table, you know, improvise.
All right.
And if you have your bolster,
Don't have one.
just for a wee yin pose at the end. If you don't, get a wee pillow or cushions off the sofa or something like that.
Yeah.
Charlene. Okay. Okay.
Can you mute all this so that we just see you on the screen?
I think if you turn off your camera, Alice, then
Right.
you just see me and you don't see the others. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Almost ready? Yeah. Yeah. Happy days. Take a wee seat. Any way you feel comfy. Sitting on a block, sitting on a bolster, sitting on a pillow. One way tick.
Be quiet, son.
Somebody's trying to get it.
My ever study hurt. Will I ever study hurt?
Okay. Let me see. I'm just trying to get one more person to join.
Christine, I think if you mute all us, then you'll be on the screen just be speaking. Whereas
Yes. Oh, I know, Pet. As soon as I start my class, I'll mute everybody.
happy days.
I just like to
mute yourself. Christine, people can mute themselves.
you can mute
don't have
yourself
to
as
read the
well,
whole list.
but you can. I can mute all these. So there's
I
just
love
a couple more people still coming.
That's nice.
Nightmare. But Kathy can't get in, but I can't. Probably this email. I know. Just Pete Kirsten at home. I know that completely.
Are you here,
Everybody else can get in. Okay. One way check. Kersten. Capital P. Okay. Okay, brilliant. Yes. Everybody's here who needs to be here.
Everybody's here.
Already. Okay. Mute time. Lovely. Okay, so taking away seat, crisscross angled, anything you like. Oh, somebody's at the door. Orla and joining. Okay, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Now, hopefully we can relax. We won't have to rejoin. This is the Conway Mill Zoom, so it shouldn't cut out on us halfway through. So, got a wee bit of a mixed bag for you this morning. I want to get a wee bit of energy up and flowing, and I want us to turn upside down, and then I want us to finish with a wee bit of yin, okay? And as you know, in all of yoga classes, you have the choice at whatever level you want to join. Okay, brilliant. Now, so a couple of deep breaths, lovely long straight spine, chest out, but shoulders down and relaxed. Close your eyes, close your lips, breathe in through your nostrils. Hold that breath. Let that breath go. But hold your lungs empty. Now more than ever, we value our breath, we value our lungs. So challenge them a wee bit. Hold the pause a wee bit longer. Empty the lungs completely. Make them do a wee bit of work. Try and ease out any tension. Relax the jaw. And just immerse yourself in your yoga class for the next hour. We're going to begin by lying down on the mat. So take away any blocks or bolsters. Come and sit central on your mat, extend your legs, and drop back to lie down. Now here, bend your knees and set your feet hip distance apart on the mat. Only just so that you can lift your pelvis off, tilt it, and set it back down so your back is really flat. Your lower back is nice and flat against the floor. And then extend your legs once more. Now work on your shoulders. Lift them off the mat slightly and slide them down. And then tuck them under and rest your weight back down. From here, your fingertips, creep them a bit further down the mat towards your toes. Engage your abdominal muscles. And then as you inhale, I want you to raise your right arm up towards the ceiling, lift it, point it, and stretch it all the way back onto the floor behind you. Reach through the fingertips and reach through the heel of the foot. So flex the foot, bring the toes back towards you and send the heel as far away as possible. So you feel you're being pulled by your wrist and by your ankle. And then breathe here, hold it. Lovely. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax the leg and draw the arm back down by your side. Now do that on the left. Inhale. Raise arm up, reach it up towards the ceiling, and then drop it back. Flex the foot, lengthen the left leg, get long through the whole side of the body. You might even feel it in those lower abdominal muscles in the skin. Let that all stretch. Get long. Inhale. And on the exhale, return the arm back down to the mat, relax the leg. Right hand side again. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling. Lengthen. Drop it back. Point the toes this time. Reach the fingertips, point the toes. Take a full breath. Feel the stretch right through the armpit. Inhale, and on the exhale, return. Other side, inhale. Left arm. Sweep it all the way back, point the left toes. Take a full round of breath here. And on the exhale, arm back in. Brilliant. Relax the legs. Now we'll do both arms. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Reach up to the ceiling and then drop them back. Flex the feet. Push the energy out the heels. Lengthen the legs. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, return your arms by your sides. Relax the legs. Inhale, reach arms both back up and over. Point the toes. Take a full breath. Lovely. Inhale here. And exhale, lift the two legs. Lift the two arms. See if you can touch your own toes. Straight legs if possible, but not necessary, okay? Lovely big long stretch through the backs of the legs here. Take a breath or two here. And then curl the knees into the chest. And set the arms back down. We're going to do a couple of crunch type postures, but just I want you to breathe with it. So as you inhale, extend your legs and take your arms back and over. And as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest, lift your head and neck off the shoulder of your mat and crunch in toward your own knees. Inhale, release. Pause, exhale, curl in. Inhale, release. Pause, exhale, curl in. Do this with the breath. If you want to do a headstand, you need your abdominal muscles switched on. One more. Inhale, release. Exhale, curl in. Now, this time, relax your head for a second and just hold the backs of your thighs rather than around the fronts of the knees, okay? Give yourself plenty of room. We're going to do a wee something here. There's a choice here as well. I'm going to lift my head, neck and shoulders and I'm going to roll back and forward. Now I have a lovely supported, another rug under this because I'm on a wooden floor. But if you're on a carpet at home on your mat, it should be okay. It should be comfortable enough, okay? Now you can continue to just do this. But if you're able, I want you to do it in a full circle. So taking your feet and the weight of your body over to the left, keep rolling and rolling so that you actually start to turn like a wee egg. You come to face the camera, you keep rolling to the left until you end up the opposite way around on your mat. And then keep going, full circle. Now it's a bit nuts, but it's really nice. If you don't want to or you're not up for it, just keep rolling up and down the back of your spine until eventually your feet start to meet the mat and maybe you can push your way all the way up to standing. Rolling your way to standing. Come to see me now. Right. Okay. Oh, so now we're on our feet. Not sure if you can see me completely, but you don't really need to. My head, I think, is missing. Okay, lovely. So from here, standing, feet hip distance apart. We're just going to, twist from side to side. But I want you to bring your breath into it. So I want you to inhale, twist. Exhale, twist. Inhale, twist. Exhale, twist. Until you get on a bit of a roll. Now there's no time for a pause in the breath. Don't worry about that. Just get the flow. Well done. And then back to center. Arms by your side. Relax. Lovely. So, this next wee one I'm going to introduce as well, it's a wee bit of a flow. So come to the tops of your mats. Your feet are hip distance apart. All I really want you to do here is take your right arm and swing it out in front as you inhale. Swing it out in front and up overhead. And as you exhale, drop it back down in a full circle. Inhale up, exhale down. Well done, well done. Switch to the other arm. Inhale and swing it up overhead. Exhale, drop it back behind you. Inhale, swing. Exhale, drop. Imagine that there's a weight at the end of your hand. It's dragging it forward and up, and it's dragging it back and down. And now we'll switch directions. Switch hands, switch directions. So next, opposite arm, inhale it back behind and up. Exhale it down. Lovely. Switch hands again. Exhale back behind you. Up. Exhale down. Lovely. Okay. Bending your two knees here. And I want you to swing your right arm. Let it swing, let it dangle like before. I'm just moving so that you can see me at this side, okay? So swing that arm. And then let it rest across your two knees. Take your left hand, sweep it back behind your lower back and turn to the left and twist. Looking into the camera, brilliant. And then rotate back down so that you're facing the floor again. Take your left leg back in a warrior stance, okay? And then begin to let your left arm slide off your back, down up lovely and heavy, down towards the floor. Push into your right foot and thigh and sweep yourself up into warrior two. Okay, we'll try that again because I want you to get the flow. So you begin with your right arm over your right thigh, your left hand back behind your lower back. You're looking down at the floor. You let the left arm slide off heavy, as if there's a weight in it again, and swing yourself up into warrior two. Brilliant, well done. Try it one more time. Resting down on your thigh, release the arm, and swing. Brilliant, well done. Now, from here, windmill both arms back down either side of your right foot. Rotate on the back foot, the back left foot, and come back into downward dog, okay? Now here, if you don't want to come into downward dog, if you don't want to be upside down, you could come onto blocks and be slightly higher. You could come onto the edge of a bed and be slightly higher. You could come onto a chair, okay? These are just options. I'm not that bothered about the downward dog. I think these blocks are too high like this. I'm going to set them down, feel more steady like this, okay? So I'm in a downward dog. I'm going to lift my left leg. I'm going to keep sending it higher, 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 until it starts to lift up on top of the other hip. And you even begin to twist. And you can hopefully look into your screen. And then drop the heel of that foot over the right side. And feeling like there's a weight attached to the ankle, let that drop down towards the opposite side, towards the floor. I know you're not mad about this, but it's okay. It gives you a beautiful stretch along the front of the body. And then start to take it back over, across to the left. And set the foot back down. Walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. You're in your wee forward fold. Link your arms. Just let your hands hold your elbows. Relax your head. And as you inhale, move to the left in a half circle and bring yourself up to standing in sundown. And then exhale. And bring your hands down by your sides again, okay? So we'll do that on the other side. I'm just going to switch sides so you can see. Have your blocks if you want them. So beginning with your feet bent, your knees bent. Rest your left arm over your two knees. Take your right hand back behind your lower back. And turn to the right and twist and look into the camera. Look up. Take that shoulder back. Lovely. Then look back and face down to the floor again. Take the right leg as far back as you can for warrior. So heel to heel. But you don't have to worry too much about the stance of this. What I'm after is dropping that right hand towards the floor, good and heavy, and it forcing you up to standing in warrior two. Brilliant. Try that again. Bending your left forearm over your left thigh, right hand behind lower back, facing down towards your mat, let the hand slip off, spring up into warrior two. Lovely, well done. Now, windmill both hands, either down onto the floor, down onto a coffee table, or down on the blocks. Rotate on the back toes and jump the left foot back to join the right so that you're in your downward dog. Lift that right leg high. Come up on the toes of the left, lift high, lift high, lift high. Lift so high that you begin to rotate in the hips and twist. And then drop that heel back behind you with whatever your room is available to you. Open up in the front quads and the abdominal muscles here. It's also a huge relief for the nerves of the spine. They love to dangle upside down and free like this. And then rotate so that both hips now face the floor. Set your right foot down. Walk your way up to a full fold. Bend your knees, whatever you need. Drop your head and then inhale. Up the right side. Up to standing in sundown. And exhale. Well done. Okay, so we're going to try that wee sequence again, but we're going to add something else in. Okay? So standing at the tops of your mats, with or without blocks, your choice. Keep your knees bent. Rest your right arm over your knees. Take your left arm back behind you. Turn in a twist. And then turn back down to face the floor. Take the left foot back as far as you can in warrior. Let the left arm slide, slip off, and swing you up. Warrior two. Well done. And then windmill the hands back down, either onto the blocks or onto the floor. Rotate in the back foot and set that knee down. And then push up off the blocks. Now this is a tricky one. I want you to take your right arm straight forward, reach, reach, reach. Give me a thumbs up. And then rotate to the right. Rotate in the upper body all the way to the right. Twist the upper body and lift the back left foot and see if you can take a hold of your own foot. Now I know this is tricky balance-wise, but you've got walls and you've got blocks and everything you need to get yourselves here. Okay? So take a wee minute. Hold your foot on the inside or the outside, whatever feels good. And then see if you can drop down into that right hip. Feel a big stretch around the left quad. Well done, well done. If you're able, you can inhale and take your left arm up overhead. Brilliant. And then exhale and slowly release your foot back to the floor, your hands onto the floor either side of your foot or your blocks. And just come off that knee and hop it up to the top so that you're in your wee forward fold again. Cradle your elbows with your hands, drop your head, relax. Inhale, sweep up to the left, up to stand. And exhale, release arms down by your sides. Brilliant. Doing it on the other side. You don't have to change, I'm just changing so hopefully you can see it. So both knees are bent. Your left arm reaches across both knees. Your right arm sweeps back behind your lower back, maybe even towards the waist. Turn and twist. Give yourself a breath here. Lovely. And then rotate so that you're now looking back down on the mat again. Take your right leg as far back as you can for warrior. Don't worry too much about all the alignment cues for that. And then let your right hand heavily fall and sweep you up into warrior two. Well done. Take a breath. Windmill arms down by either side of your feet again. Up on the back toes and step the right knee onto the mat. Push up on the left foot and left thigh. Bring the left arm out. Thumbs up. Then sweep all the way back. Twist and twist and twist. And slowly lift your back foot. Hopefully you'll get a reach of it. Maybe you need a belt for this as well. That's also possible. See if you can now twist your upper body back so you're actually looking forward. Your left arm is being pulled back, but your chest is facing forward. Drop down into that hip. Pull on that foot so that you get a really strong pull on your right thigh. Inhale, lift the right arm up overhead. Not necessary, just if you can. Inhale, and as you exhale, release your hands from your foot. Bring both hands either side of your left foot. Come up off the knee and jump the right foot back to the top of the mat in your forward fold. Relax your head, cradle your elbows. Bent knees, soft knees. And then inhale to your right, up to standing. Exhale. Slowly release. Right, really well done. Okay, so we'll do it one more time with a different wee twist. So, beginning with your legs together, bent knees. Bring your left arm over both knees. Take your right arm back and twist. And then turn and face the floor again. Take that right foot back as far astride as you can for warrior. Let the hand slip off the back and let it spring you up into warrior two. Well done. Now we're going to windmill arms back down either side of the left foot. Rotate on the back toes so they're pointing straight and send the left foot back to join. You're in downward dog again. Walk the feet a little bit further back. Drop the knees. Now the knees should be way back beyond the hips, okay? Not underneath the hips. And then slowly drop your thighs down. Keep your elbows tight and close. Don't let them go out to the sides. Drop your thighs down. Drop your tummy down. Drop your whole upper body down onto the mat. Lovely. Get your position here. Lift the left leg. Roll the whole leg inwards. Extend the leg back out behind you and set it down. So all 5 toes are in contact with the floor. Lift the right leg this time. Roll it inwards. So now the knees feel as if they're really looking at one another. Lengthen that leg and set it down. Perfect. All 10 toes are now firmly planted into the floor. Lift the knees. Engage the kneecaps. Make the thighs strong. And then from here, take your 2 arms back behind. Interlace the fingers at your lower back. When you straighten your arms to whatever extent you're able to, let your shoulders be drawn back and your chest up. And then lift your 10 toes off the mat. Strong legs, strong buttocks. Couple of breaths here, well done. Inhale. Exhale, slowly relax and release. Hands down by your sides. Push up through hands and knees and back into child's pose, just for a wee breath. Let your head rest on the mat. Let your arms creep forward to your fingertips, lengthen your arms. Inhale. And as you exhale, make your way up through tabletop, tuck the toes, downward dog. Walk up to the top of your mat once more, you're in your forward fold. Cradle your elbows, relax your head and neck. And inhale. To the left, up to standing. Pause and exhale, drop the arms. Well done. Last one, coming to the tops of the mat. Legs together, bend those knees. This time, take the right arm across the knees. Sweep the left arm back behind you and look to the left in a twist. Exhale and look back down onto the mat. Then get ready for warrior. Take the left leg, foot back in line with the right. And let the hands slide off your back. Taking you up into warrior. Well done. Windmill, hands back onto the mat. Rotating the back foot. And send the top foot back to join. Now you're in your downward dog. Not for long. Set your knees on the mat. Well beyond your hips. And slowly lower yourself down. Thighs, tummy, elbows tight. Lovely. Arrange your legs like before. Lift the left leg, roll it in. Extend it, set it down. Lift the right leg, roll it inwards. Extend it, set it down. Brilliant. Arms down by your sides like before. Make the legs really strong. Point the toes. Send that muscle engagement up the front of the thighs and right up into the backs of the thighs and the glutes. And then slowly lift. Slowly lift the 2 legs. Slowly lift the 2 arms so that the palms face one another. Lift your head, lift your chest. The muscles of the lower back are engaged, but they are not doing all the work. Your legs are. Well done. Really well done. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lower. Turn your head to one side. Let the shoulders droop down towards the floor. Give yourself a wee breath. Bring your hands either side of your chest and push back up. Up through tabletop and down into child's pose. Now from here, I'm going to start to talk you through the variations that you can do with headstand, okay? So everybody can really do these, especially these first few. Be careful though with blood pressure, because obviously all that the blood is going to your head, okay? Be careful with glaucoma or anything to do with the eyes, and obviously any dizziness, it's not advisable, okay? But for everybody else, this is totally possible. And you'll come into it from child's pose. So I want you to bring your hands together at the top of your head, interlace the fingers, and let your head rest as it is in child's pose, with your forehead on the mat. And then you just roll up onto the top of your head and up onto your knees. That is the first variation of headstand, okay? And I want you to experiment with it here. You must be on the top of your head. Do not be on the crown of your head. If you're on the crown of your head, your neck is going to bend out and it's going to not be in line with your spine. So you must be on the very top of your head. And you're really just getting used to the weight of your head, neck and shoulders coming through the top of your head. And that can be daunting in itself, okay? The next stage, if you're happy enough to continue, I want you to experiment with pushing your elbows into the floor and lifting your head off the mat so it's weightless. Because I want you to realise you don't put all the weight into the top of your head, you must be using your arms. They're like a frame here, but they're not just, you have to engage them. So you have to push up through the arms. So really, you want a balance between arms and head. You want your arms engaged and you want a slight bit of weight on your head. From here, tuck your toes and lift your knees off the mat. And there you go. Stage 2 of a headstand. All right? Getting used to that. Don't let the arms lose any muscle tension. Make them work. Well done. Come back down onto your knees again and come into a wee child's pose. Turn your head to one side. Take your breath here and just allow yourself a moment to readjust. It's an awful shock when you put all that weight on the top of your head. It's just really so far out of our comfort zone, and it can be a bit, it can throw you, but it's actually lovely. And in a minute or two, the sensation will be gone. So we'll try it one more time if you're okay with it. Interlace your fingers. Bring your elbows just shoulder distance apart. Don't have them any wider. Have them directly underneath your shoulders. Up onto your knees and lightly roll your head onto the top of your head. So you're using your arms and a little bit of weight on your head. Tuck the toes and come up like before. Stage 3 of a headstand is to walk your toes closer and closer and closer until you can walk them no further. And you feel as if your spine is beginning to line up with itself, okay? So a little bit of weight in the head, but the arms are still strong. Really, really, really well done. And absolutely enough. This is a headstand. Drop down onto the knees, release the hands, turn the head to one side and come into your wee lovely wee child's pose. Let your body restore itself to normal. The benefit of this pose far outweighs any fear. I'm going to show you quickly how to do one against the wall, okay? You do not have to take part if you don't want. And then you might be able to try it yourselves at home in your own time. But it's not for everybody, okay? So I'm going to start with my back to you, and I've got this frame with my fingers and my elbows strong and tight. a little bit away from the wall, drop my head down, but I'm not putting the full weight on my head. I'm up on my toes. I'm walking towards the wall. I'm walking towards the wall until I really feel that my feet are lifting themselves off. There's no jumping. And then you send them up. And this is far easier than it looks. Okay? And then you just hang out there for as long as you want, as long as you can. Maybe you can take legs apart and all those kind of lovely things, okay? But I am dependent on my arms. I haven't got the full weight on my head. And then to come out of it, just slowly and with control, bend your knees, curl down. Now, take up a wee child's pose. Headstand. Okay, sorry, not for when you're on your period either. Can't do it, okay? So next one, following a headstand, you should do a shoulder stand, okay? And I really think everybody can do a shoulder stand, especially in the variations that we're going to do it in, okay? So you can be against a wall if you like, okay? It's easier, it's more pleasant. But if you are able to do a shoulder stand, like I know Margaret is, freestanding, then do a freestanding shoulder stand. Don't use the wall, okay? So a freestanding one is just on your back, curling down a wee ball like we were earlier in the class, and do that momentous rolling up and down the spine until you get as far up your back and shoulders as you can. Reach for your back, anywhere your hands land. Walk your elbows as tight in towards one another as you can. Don't have them way out to the sides, because you're going to need to push and walk your hands up your back as far as you can. And make sure your neck is free. So lift the chin up and create a bit of space at the back of the neck. You're on your shoulders, not your neck. And try to straighten your legs as much as you can. This is where you need the abdominal crunches that we did earlier, okay? Because if you end up like this, it's okay, but you're sort of in plow, and we're going to come into plow in a minute, okay? So if you're able to go into your wee free shoulder stand, then do it. But if you'd rather do one against the wall, then get your bolster. Don't worry if you don't have one, it doesn't matter. Sit side on against the wall and flip your legs up the wall and roll back down on your back. See if you can walk your hips as tight into the wall as possible. So I'm trying to get up onto my bolster here. And the beauty about this is you can do it all at home and nobody has to see you, okay? So that is the beginning of shoulder stand. Again, if that is all that you want to do, perfect. It is still the effects of a shoulder stand. If you think you can take it a stage further than this, then bend your two knees and push your feet into the floor. Lift your hips off. Now, come and give yourself support with your own hands on your lower back. Your feet are still against the wall. There you go. Option number 2 of shoulder stand, which is again really, really effective. Again, if you want to take it a step further, release one leg and try and keep it as straight as you can. Don't let it come over just yet. We will go into plow. So try and stay in shoulder stand for as long as you can. Walk your elbows in tight, tight, tight. Switch legs and lift it off the wall. Maybe, just maybe, if you have enough support, you can take both feet off the wall, which is actually in the full shoulder stand like the others are doing, okay? But we've just used the wall to get ourselves here. Lift your chin up. Try and point your chin at the ceiling. Free up the back of the neck. And then have a wee play around here. It is best if you spend at least 3 minutes in a pose like this, but you get a wee bit bored. So take your legs apart. Nice wide legs. Come back into your breath here. It's lovely and relaxing. It is not a stressful pose. It is a pose that puts everything back into perspective. Everything is going to be okay. Legs together. Maybe take the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. That feels nice too. Any variations you can think of. Just hang out there. Listen to the sounds of your own home. If you've got the window open, it's a beautiful day. Birds are singing. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Then extend your legs up again. And we'll come into plow, which again, we've all done this before. And you used to be worried about it, but you're not anymore because you know how lovely it is. Bend your knees in towards your head. Take them apart and extend your legs. See if your toes can reach the floor. They might not, and it doesn't matter if they do or they don't. What you're looking for is that head over heels kind of feeling. Except just heels over head. You might still need to support your back, but if you don't, you can let your hands just completely relax to the floor. You can have straight legs or you can have soft knees. You can have whatever variation feels right. Be careful with the neck. Lift that chin. Couple of lovely breaths here and let all that blood circulation settle and settle and settle. And then relax the knees, drop them in towards your head, bring your hands back to support yourself, your back, and lift your toes and slowly roll your spine. You're not in any hurry, one at a time. Each wee dino bump, let it make contact with the floor. Hold your hips, hold your legs, and settle back down. Really well done. Turn to your side, come off the wall. Make your way back up onto your mat. A pose that follows shoulder stand is dolphin pose, okay? So you may or may not have a bolster. If you do, use one. Another option you can do is a block, okay? But it's a little bit less comfortable, but it's equally as good. And if you don't have one at all, there's another way that I can show you, okay? So you're going to turn with your back to the bolster and a good gap between your lower back and the bolster, because I want to drop back down on to my mid back, okay? I don't want to be on the lower back. That's not dolphin. I don't want to be on my shoulders. That's not dolphin. I want to be in the middle of my back. I don't want my shoulders to touch the bolster. And I want to drop back and drop back and drop back. Let my head open up at the front, my neck stretch. And maybe my head, the crown of my head will reach the floor. Maybe it won't. Again, if you don't like that feeling of your head being suspended, bring a wee block or a book or a cushion. There you go. Bring your arms out to the side, off your bolster. So it's your chest that is open and thrust forward, okay? It is not the ribs or the tummy. it is the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. If you don't have a bolster, I'll show you how you can use a block. Put the block on its side. The wide one is too thick. And try and line it up to in between your shoulder blades. Right, it's a wee bit higher as well, but you'll get a deeper bend. Let your shoulder blades fall off to the sides, take your arms out. You can bend your knees if you like. You can come into butterfly legs. Just hang out here in your dolphin pose. If you don't have a block or a bolster, you can do it freestyle. Come to lying down, lift one hip and roll your hip onto the back of your hand. Slide your right hand underneath your bum and come and put your weight. So now your two bum cheeks are on the backs of your hands. Bring your elbows tight and push into your elbows and lift your upper body up slowly, slowly, and drop your head back. There you go. You're a wee fish, but you're doing it yourself. Lie here and enjoy it. I'd like a wee block for my head in this one. Lovely. Don't worry about breathing deep. Breathe wide. Feel your chest expand. And then to come out of the pose, just slide off the crown of your head. Release your hands from underneath your hips. Or if you were on a bolster, bring your arms down by your sides. Push your elbows into the bolster and lever yourself up to seated. Okay, well done. So last we pose is a yin pose that we all know and love, okay? So it is deer pose, which is the twist, okay? So come and face the camera. If you have a bolster, that's really, really good, okay? And if anybody needs a bolster, I'm sure I could deliver one. So you're gonna sit with your right shin, your right leg bent, and your shin parallel with the top of your mat, okay? And then your left leg, the foot comes towards the left hip, behind you, okay? You could even nestle the right foot into the left knee, and that's quite nice. If you don't have a bolster, grab a couple of pillows, a couple of cushions. They're grand, it'll do. And you can build them up with blocks, even if you like, or 2 blocks with a lovely soft blanket over it. When you're ready, lift up your right arm and get a bit of length going on in here. And then turn and twist to your right. And set that hand back down on the floor. And use it to push yourself deeper into the twist. Bring your 2 hands now either side of your bolster. And walk down. And do try and have some bit of contact from the side of your body right up through the middle and in between your chest. And turn your head to the right. And then set yourself down and begin to melt into your deer pose. You don't have to turn your head to the right if it's too much. Just settle down. Really, really relax the upper body in this pose. Sometimes you have to tell yourself to do that. Tell it to melt, tell it to switch off. Slide your arms so that they can give you more room to deepen down into this pose. Tune into your breath. But don't feel that you have to manipulate it too much. You can begin to let go of that work as well. Just feel a sense that layer by layer, you're given over to this pose. This is a beautiful pose for loads of different reasons. Really good for blood pressure. Really good for asthma. Really good for any cramps, menstrual cramps or pains. It's just the go-to pose. Let your mind empty. Relax the face and jaw. Know that you can do this pose anytime you like. Going to start to make our way out of the pose. Bring your hands closer to the bolster, push them into the floor, and lever yourself upright. Take it slow. Everything has really slowed down. Take the bolster and bring it over to the other side, to the left side. Switch legs. So now your left leg's in front and your right leg is bent behind you. It's called deer pose. So it must be how a deer sits. Get nice and tall. And if you inhale and lift your left arm up, so you've got a lovely long length in this side of the body, when you rotate to the left, it'll give you more space to do so and give you a deeper twist. Push your hands into the floor, bring your right hand on the other side, and start to walk yourself down. And try and be in contact with the bolster at all points, okay? Until eventually you turn your head to the left, if you like, or you can keep it right. And you drop down into the pose. Hopefully you'll feel a little bit of niggly sensations in the lower spine. It's a working pose as well. It's not just for relaxing. It is to reset your spine. If you can get your sternum onto the bolster, that's the aim. And then really let the elbows slide out to the sides. And the shoulders completely relax. Tell them to drop, drop, drop. And remind yourselves every so often, let go, let go. As soon as a thought enters your head, your body responds by tensing up. So you need to tell it to let go. It's safe. You're going to have a few minutes where you drift off into oblivion. Tell your mind to do it. Tell your physical body to do it. Going deeper and deeper into the unknown. Until you even forget where you are. We're back in our yoga class in the Falls Park. The windows are open. The sun is shining so bright and warm. The birds are singing. The air is fresh. Slowly and reluctantly make your way back up off your bolster. Rotate back to center. Lovely. Bring yourselves flat onto your mat for Shavasana. Bring legs up the wall, bring legs over a bed, bring legs over a chair, whatever you have. That will bring you into a lovely, comfortable Shavasana. I'm going to sit and talk you through it. But it's important when you've had a twist on both sides to restore the equilibrium and lie flat. Take your time to settle and get comfortable. If you need to close a window, to warm up, put on more layers, and then assume your position. Bend your knees if you're lying on the floor, and lift your pelvis off, and really flatten your back. So tuck your tailbone and lay as flat as you can on your lower back. And then extend your legs. Point the heels towards the corners of your mat and let your feet flop out to the side. And now let your upper body sink and relax. Get even in both shoulders, get even in both hips. Tuck the chin ever so slightly in towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Let the arms flop out to the sides with the palms facing upwards. Use as much space as you like. Or settle your hands on your tummy, if that gives you comfort. Let the breath settle. Soften the throat. Let the lower jaw hang apart from the upper jaw and off to the side, as if you were fast asleep. Let your tongue float inside your mouth. Soften your lips and have them slightly parted. Feel your cheeks tingle and soften. And send that all the way up, around the muscles of your eyes and your forehead. Right up into your scalp. Feel the sockets of your eyes. And release your eyes deep and heavy. Down into the empty space of your brain. Eyelids are only softly closed. And begin to feel light. Lighter and lighter. Weightless. Detach your mind from your physical body and begin to float. Look down on your own body, but continue your journey higher and higher. Up, beyond all the houses, beyond the city, beyond the trees, up into the clear blue sky. Drift in amongst the clouds. Get lost. Drift above the clouds into the ether. allow the sounds within your home and outside to filter through. Deepen your breath and start to make your descent back down through the fluffy clouds. Closer and closer so you have an overview of the area you live. And now the street you live. And now your actual home. And right back down into your space. Inhabit your physical body once more. Start to move and twitch and awaken whatever way feels right for you. Through the shoulders, through the neck, through the legs, through the hips. Lovely deep breaths. Inhale and take the arms up and back behind you on the floor. Stretch through the backs of the legs and fire up the muscles of the backs of the legs, right down through the heels. And then exhale, relax the legs and lower the arms down onto the floor. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead again and point the toes. Feel like someone's pulling your wrists and someone's pulling your ankles. Exhale. Curl your knees into your chest, bring your arms through to meet them. And have a roll or a stretch or any intuitive movement you feel like. Breathe the life back into your body. Getting brighter and brighter with each breath and more energized. Hug your knees into your chest, lift your head and neck and shoulders off the mat and roll yourself up to seated. Come into your easy seated position with a long, tall spine. Let your hands just rest on your thighs or your knees with the palms facing upwards. Stretch your fingers ever so slightly. Lift your chest, but drop your shoulders. Tuck your chin. Draw your tummy in. Don't let your ribs stick out. And just take a couple of full deep breaths. Pauses here. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, peeps.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Love you to bits. See you Monday.
Thanks, Christine. Stay safe.
You
Work
too.
well.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.